I'm Matt Piper in New York. The Omicron variant may cause less severe damage on average, but COVID-19 deaths in the U.S. are climbing, and modelers forecast 55 to 300,000 more Americans could die by the time the wave subsides in mid-March.
The message from the WHO, the pandemic is far from over, and the fast-spreading Omicron variant is not risk-free.
Make no mistake, Omicron is causing hospitalizations and deaths. And even the less severe cases are inundating health facilities.
WHO Chief Tedros Ghebreyesus says the pandemic does appear to be peaking in some places, but a new variant, he says, could undo all that progress. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
Senators on Capitol Hill are charging ahead with consideration of voting rights legislation, even in the face of opposition from Republicans. Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is not on board.
This is about one party wanting the power to unilaterally rewrite the rule book of American elections.
The Biden administration says it appears Russia may launch an attack on Ukraine at any point.
The White House is referring to the situation in Ukraine in increasingly stark terms. Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
Our view is this is an extremely dangerous situation. We're now at a stage where Russia could at any point launch an attack in Ukraine.
The Russians have now pulled their diplomats out of the Ukrainian capital. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is traveling to Kyiv in an effort to reduce the tensions and urge Moscow to remain on the diplomatic path. Psaki says the choice is Russia's to make.
Whether they are going to suffer severe economic consequences or not.
Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, Washington.
Both AT&T and Verizon now say they will postpone new wireless service near some airports planned for this week, after the nation's largest airlines said the service would interfere with flights, causing massive disruptions. More on just what's going on from Cairo's Chris Sullivan.
The FAA says 5G could potentially interfere with airplane altimeters during bad weather landings because the frequencies being used by cell providers are close to those used by the planes. The major airlines are predicting huge disruptions, though the FAA has approved these landings for most planes. But aviation analyst Mike Stengel with Aerodynamic Advisory says 40 countries have rolled out 5G with no issue.
I don't think there's any threat to the flying public. I think the FAA is being very cautious in this rollout.
Major airports like Seattle's will have buffer zones to limit exposure. Chris Sullivan for CBS News, Seattle.
There is a house fire happening now in the Bronx, New York, suspected to be caused by a gas explosion. At least one person is dead. The Dow at this hour is down 480. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.